I'm Dave.
And Dave's going to tell us what we learned today.
What did we learn today? So we started out with the concept of spooling. So we connect up with our partner, and they said, for leading the left side pass, I'm going to spool in, I'm going to rotate into my body, thinking of my body as the spool and the arms as the thread. I spool in, I rotate, and then when we get to here, we're going to spool out, unspool, and rotate out a little bit.
Yeah, and for followers, we're going to match that. And when our leader starts to do that tiny turn in, that it's going to actually rotate our hand bit. So we're going to match by rotating. We're going to come down to the other side. When we see our leader begin to just let that out a little bit, we're going to match and let it out too. You can do it on your own as well, but it also you're matching.
Yeah, it's a subtle movement. I don't have to spool it all the way in here because this has broken frame.
Yeah, we don't want to do that. So.
And then we talked about frame.
Yes, frame! We talked about frame, we talked about that we can think of it as a kite, where we have two poles that maintain this like rigid form but that allow us to move. And then our frame, if you think about like if we're a kite and here's one pole, here's the other pole, and if our arms are like attached at the ends of our kite, and we lift up our hands, then this is the comfortable area that we want to move in. Once we break out of this, our kite is done. It's over for our kite, right? Once we start breaking in any direction, this form. So we talked about maintaining our frame, and then when we're dancing with our partner, that if we do anything where we start to like clothesline ourselves or overextend, that we've lost our ability to maintain our frame, which means we can't be communicating with our bodies to our partner.
Yeah, which is what we want with this dance. It's a very, very communicative dance.
Yeah.
And then we talked about spotlighting. So as a leader, if I put the spotlight on my partner's shoulder, we're going to get a very slow left side pass. And if I put the spotlight farther as I go, we're going to get a quicker one. But regardless, I want the spotlight to end where my partner should end up at the end of the slide.
Yeah, and for followers, that wherever my leader ends with their spotlight, I want to follow. I want to go where the light is, right? So if my leader ends the pattern and their spotlight is there, then
That's kind of random.
yeah, I'm gonna follow her with, which I was not ready for that. But yeah, and is that what I'm about?
And then we talked about the muscles.
Oh yeah, muscles.
So the unspooling, we did this exercise, the bend forward row. Let's talk about the positive and the negative, and using our backs, muscles in our backs, rather than the muscles in our arms to do this.
Sorry.
And then we took this, we had you practice this, and then came up to our partner, and we talked about how on count 4 and 6, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is the same as setting the weight down, 5 and 6. We let it out a little bit. Not necessarily all the way to the ground. It's also a very slow motion. 5 and 6, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5 and 6.
Yeah, and for followers, everybody talked about how in our anchor step, when we do that, it allows us to settle back in a way, which is how we communicate to our leader that we're at the end of the slot. So we use that subtle release with that subtle unspool to kind of communicate to our leader, my frame, everything is where it's supposed to be, I'm ready to go again.
Yeah, and I move, not by pulling, not by doing the positive, but by pushing off the floor to move my body. And there was one other thing. Oh, we just talked about spotlighting. For the right side pass, again, I'm on spotlighting, I want to face where I go. If I under-rotate and kind of face over here, my partner might just kind of go to the side. And that's not what we want. And then for the whip, this was the fun one. 3 and 4, 5, I rotate quickly to get my spotlight where I want my partner to go, and we get a really powerful whip out.